I'm excited to meet her. I was watching some of her clips online. She's very funny. I know that she's a lesbian. I know that she makes jokes at how she looks like Justin Bieber or how Justin Bieber looks like her.
Apparently really shiny hair as well.
Oh, we'll see how shiny her hair is. And the one thing I want to find out about her, we look for her to try and get her in studio, is she's a Canadian-American comedian. I think she was born in America and now lives in Canada. I want to find out all about that. So is she coming in here? Yeah, is this her? Yeah, wow. Yeah, please play it. Anna, could you mind?
Of course.
Yeah, come on in, DeAnne.
And now it's time for another amazing guest.
Yes, come on in. This is exciting. My goodness. We have a very famous comedian, someone who won one of the greatest comedy shows on TV of all time, and I mean that. I really love it. I really do love it because it's fun over in the summer months when you can chill out, have the screen door open, and laugh your balls off to Last Comic Standing, right?
Yeah, I was a part of that.
You were the winner!
I won!
And this is DeAnne Smith, yes!
I won in your heart, it sounds like.
You touched me dearly.
I'm glad.
Yes. Have I touched you dearly yet?
So far, yes, I'm completely overwhelmed. I have no idea what's going on here. I ousted you from your seat. Is everything okay?
Oh, this is the natural procedure when the guests come in. I get the boot. It's okay.
I know. Meanwhile, these boys are just sitting around like, we'll stay here.
Guys, that's actually what I said. That's actually what I said before you came here. I went, meh, like that.
Yeah. There's no chivalry in this room whatsoever.
Okay,
yeah, on top of it, it's Anna's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah.
You're so cute.
Yeah.
I know it's inappropriate to ask a woman her age. How much do you weigh? Hey, ding 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 ding. Comedy.
She is DeAnne. She is 31 years old, but on Tinder she's 23.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because Tinder is synced with my Facebook, and for some reason on Facebook I was not the right age.
No, there's no reason. It's because you lied on Facebook. That's the reason.
I don't know. I'd rather be a young-looking 31 than like a hard-living 23. That's just me.
Well, you know the key? The key is bangs.
Yeah?
It just like shaves half your face and you look young, you look youthful.
Or like my mother. My mama's bangs. I'm just saying. Yeah,
it makes you look younger.
Hey, DeAnne Smith, it's wonderful to have you here. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm great. How are you?
Good. You know what? I'm actually, the weather outside is just perfect.
It's beautiful.
Fall what? That's what I say. Fall what? It's fall what? And JFL's going on. JFL 42. And we've been to a couple shows, my co-host over there, Jay and I. We saw Tim Minchin, who is a god.
Yeah.
And then we saw Mike Birbiglia, who's just also really funny. I mean, Tim's to me still one of the funniest. And now you're all over the place for JFL 42. How exciting.
Yeah, it's great. I had my first show last night, 11 o'clock on a Monday, and it was a great crowd. It was a full crowd, and I love that sort of evening crowd because it's like 11 o'clock on a Monday. Either you don't have jobs or you don't give a hoot about your job. And those people are fun. So JFL
you can say
42,
shit, by the way.
Can
if you
I?
want.
I had no idea. I said hoot at the last minute. I thought, let's go 1940s with this.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. June Cleaver. Yeah. But no, isn't that neat that so many people, especially in Toronto, and it actually blew me away to see this festival. And I know it's the third time they've had it in Toronto, but we also were at some kind of different time shows, and there's thousands of people going to theaters like the Queen Elizabeth Theater. That people are buying passes in droves, and it's really, to me, it's a blessing because what we try and do every day is be funny. We're not a lot of the time, but the station really focuses on comedians, so it's neat to see that support.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, what I like about it is I have some of my fans that already know me that come out, see my face in the program and come. But then there's plenty of people just taking a chance on new shows. And so, like, last night's show was really, like, dude heavy. A lot of guys that hadn't seen me before that I won over by the end of the hour. So I felt pretty good about that.
Do you get intimidated going into a crowd like that, or is that not even faze you anymore?
Well, it kind of depends on the vibe of the crowd. Like, last night's vibe was really fun.
Good energy, just great energy?
Yeah, good energy. A show I did recently that I didn't enjoy was like half the crowd were like these guys, like financial guys from Ottawa.
Douchebags.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate douchebags. Yeah. I hate them. I honestly do. I want to kill them all. No, I do, with my elbows. I want to sharpen them with knives.
They just had the spirit of they weren't there to enjoy the show. They were there to kind of like
Rah,
Be
rah.
bullies? Yeah.
That's the worst kind these days. That's the one thing I don't tolerate. Honestly, we talk about it every day on the show that we're juvenile, we're idiots, we chirp with one another, it's fun. But the second you bring mean-spirited maliciousness into any sort of room or any sort of behavior, fuck those people.
Whoa, yeah. Don't give a hoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hoot.
Yeah, no. Everybody that's come out has been really great. And I love being in Toronto. I feel a little on edge in Toronto because I just feel like everyone here is really cool. You guys have a lot of like hipster cafes and stuff. Would you
I guess.
agree?
Yeah,
There's you consider that cool?
Well, it's like, I don't know. It just feels like next level a little bit. Like I feel like a little bit judged when I go into these hipster cafes where people are like, ugh, nice glasses. We wear monocles and permanent winks. Like something new is going on in Toronto and I kind of like it, but I'm kind of intimidated by it.
So take me through your background a little bit, DeAnne Smith, because I know that you were born in America, but you live in Canada. Is that the case?
It's the craziest thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes. So that is a rarity, isn't it?
It really is. Everybody here is kind of envious of the fact that I could skip over the border at any point, and all the Canadian comics I know want to get themselves to the States, but I can't help it. I like this. I like this country, and I like a balanced life. I like my gay marriage and my health care and my wide open spaces. So I was born in the U.S. And then I haven't lived there in a long time.
Where were you born?
I was born in New York State.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, and then in my early 20s, I went to Mexico, did that sort of put life on pause thing, taught English.
You remember it at all?
Hung out on the beach, not so much. There's a fair amount of drug use in those days. And
those days, sure. Yeah.
And then I came over to Canada. The real reason I came here, this is almost unbelievable, but it's the real facts. I came to Canada because my girlfriend at the time, who I was living with in Mexico, wanted to go to mime school.
Do we have the best mime schools here in Canada?
L'École de Mime in Montreal.
No way.
And I hadn't started comedy yet, so I didn't have any direction in life. I was like, sure, I'll follow you. So I came to Canada because I followed a mime to Canada. That's the real facts. That's
going to be a great made-for-TV movie one day. And I would try and do it on the radio and ask you what you learned, but then it wouldn't translate very well.
I will tell you one thing. If you can make a mime make noise in bed, you're doing something right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Does that deserve one of these? Does that... I thought so. Yeah. So really, did you go far with this mime business, or did your girlfriend at the time go far? Or how did it work out? Or is it the same girlfriend who became your wife?
No, we've since broken up.
Okay.
I know, it's so sad. It's not sad.
You're
Everybody.
Wow. I want to. Okay. I gotta stop. So you're obviously you like women.
Yeah.
You're a lesbian.
I'm a lesbian.
You're a proud lesbian.
I guess I never really thought about it that way.
No, you're just open. It's awesome.
I wish I heard your voice in my head when I thought about it, though. Just a deep voice, bearded man going.
Oh, I put it on.
You're a proud lesbian.
No, I'm essentially a proud lesbian too. I'm like the least manly man in the world, honest to God. And I love women. But when so you did. Was this the same lady who you followed to do the mime school? Was that the one you ended up marrying?
Oh, I did. How do you know about this? Where have you been? I got gay married.
Well, you talked about how you liked gay marriage and how you liked
I do like my
healthcare.
gay marriage.
Yeah.
I also like my gay divorce, it turns out.
So did you marry that lady?
I did. And in terms of next level, I mean, I'm definitely onto some next level stuff with the gay divorce. Blazing a trail for my people, really.
Setting precedents.
Yeah. What I like to do is take a right, not everybody in the world has, use it, spit on it, throw it away. That is privilege, everybody.
You're right. And we're paying for your health benefits now because of it. Yeah.
Pretty sweet. Thanks, Canada. Secretly, I love boys.
We got the few in the room who were hoping you'd say that. But anyway. But now you still call Canada home.
Absolutely.
Whereabouts is home in Canada?
Well, and at the moment I'm based in Montreal. It is a little difficult to stay in any one city if you do comedy in Canada. You have to travel a little bit. But at the moment I'm based in Montreal.
And what are the fun things about Montreal that you love living there as opposed to, say, being in America?
Well, the first thing I thought of, I'm not even sure what a great answer is. I was like, drinking in the parks? I don't know. That's how I think of Montreal. Overall, kind of laid back, a lot of leisure culture. People are having a good time.
Probably do that anywhere, though, if you chose.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe it wouldn't feel as sophisticated.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Are you into any sort of French cuisine?
Gosh, I wish I could say that I was.
No.
Are you ready for another dirty secret?
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of these vegan, gluten-free jerks that everybody loves to hate. So I can't get down with the baguettes and the cheese. I wish I could.
Is that just for it doesn't sit well in your stomach and it gives you diarrhea or no? Well, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the real answer. No one's ever jumped to it that quickly. We just kind of circle around for a while, and I feel bad and weird in social situations.
We might as well just cut to the point here, right?
Exactly right.
Yeah. No, so you eat very healthy. I mean, it's almost stereotypical. I'm not trying to sound it in a degrading way, but like neat.
Good for you.
But you don't eat any fast food. You don't go to McDonald's once in a while. Have poutine in Montreal.
No, I don't.
Steamed hot dogs.
Not
Even when you're hungover.
Okay, listen. The other day, because my friend had a bachelorette party recently. It was really, really fun. I got my first lap dance ever. We could talk about that.
Really? Yeah, no, we do.
The
Definitely.
next day, I was a bit hungover, and I got French fries for the first time in maybe like 15 years, and they were delicious.
How quickly did the diarrhea come, though?
No, that's not. Okay. I don't even know why we're going down this road.
I'm sorry, DeAnne
But
Smith.
you guys want to talk about lap dances?
Okay, well, DeAnne Smith, I want to talk about a lot of things. Yeah. First, I want to talk about your rise to really being a famous comedian. Congratulations on the big win at last. No, it's a huge deal.
I didn't actually win. I thought you were being facetious
You
at the
won.
beginning. In your heart, I won.
I thought you won.
I didn't win at all.
Wikipedia lied.
I came to the semifinals, which was still an achievement.
That's
Very
winning.
exciting.
That's
Okay,
winning.
fine,
Yeah,
I won.
yeah.
Fine, I won.
Anytime people last that long in a show and they remember who you are, that's essentially winning.
Well, do you know what? The first round, it did feel like I won something because the first round was the untelevised round, and you just had to go and do your jokes just for the producers. So instead of a normal thing, I was talking about clubs and the good vibe in the room and the audience, and it was just like judgmental people sitting at tables with notebooks. And that's who you had to do your first 4 minutes to clear.
Like a job
to
interview.
be on television. It was the strangest thing ever.
Did they laugh? Were they laughing at you?
They did laugh. I made them laugh because I just realized, I've done a lot of weird rooms before. I used to perform a lot in this bar called Grumpy's, which was a horrible place to be. And I thought, at the very least...
Where's Grumpy's?
It's in Montreal.
Okay.
It's in Montreal. And I thought if they're, at the very least, even if they're doing their jobs, they still want to laugh. There's still people that know how to laugh. So I did my best with them, but it was a very intimidating experience for sure.
But you stick to your routine, and I guess if you don't hear the feedback of hundreds or thousands of people, you get a quick smirk or a chuckle, and I think you probably know you're doing well. Is that the case when in those situations?
Yeah, it was okay.
Have you ever played in rooms that there's only like 8 people in?
Absolutely.
And do you still bring your A game?
Well, you have to.
That's amazing in art. That's an amazing art. I'm being honest.
I love it. I kind of like the small rooms because I like really being in the moment with people and creating something fun. And sometimes small audiences are great for that,
What about the big audiences, though? There's got to be a buzz and a rush and an energy in there that really kind of lights a fire under you, and you give it even more. I don't know. Is that the case?
Yeah, I think so. And when the laughs are rolling back at you and you're feeling great about like all the stuff you have prepared, sometimes it gives you more leeway to experiment and test out new lines here and there. There's something about that energy of a big room sometimes that can help you like generate new material, or at least for me.
It's funny you say that because Jay and I were watching, these Tim Minchins and Birbiglias and stuff, and they were in the big rooms at Queen Elizabeth Theatre, and we both thought to ourselves, I wonder if that's easier as a comic to do, where you don't see the one person kind of heckling you and people, there's just a nice buzz in there, and it gives you the freedom to do things you wouldn't do because it's almost more comfortable even though there's more people. Is that kind of true?
I think so. I've heard other comedians just talk about percentages, and they like big rooms better because it's like, well, if 20% of the audience doesn't get you, that's okay, because like 800 people still did. Or something.
Before I met my wife, I would ask out hundreds of women, knowing that 2 would say yes.
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
exactly
the same theory. Wow. So, listen, obviously your career, despite you not winning Last Comic Standing, I apologize. I really thought you did, but
I thought you were just being goofy about it. I'm like,
no,
sure, yeah.
I wish I was that intelligent to play on that. Yeah, that would have been a fun thing to do. I'm going to do that next time a hockey player comes in. I'm like, hey, congrats on winning the Stanley Cup last year. Yeah, we didn't even make the playoffs. Okay,
just stick with that story.
But is it neat seeing your career climb? How long have you been at it for?
Yeah, you know what? I've been doing comedy for about 9 years at this point, I think. And in terms of careers climbing or whatever, I'm lucky. I'm in a fortunate position where I really love what I do. And, people talk about the destination and the journey, whatever. I love the journey. I love performing for, 500 people or 8 people. So I'm not that concerned about like where I'm climbing to because I'm enjoying every day and every show.
But you got to like the money that comes with it. The more famous you get.
Is there money?
I heard there's a little bit of money. You need a sitcom, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Is that the goal to get on TV and do sitcoms type of stuff?
And again, I'm weird like this. No, I love stand-up. I'm one of the rare people that does stand-up for stand-up. I'm not there trying to create a sketch character or anything else. I don't want anything else. I love doing what I do.
Jay, there goes our surprise with the production company.
Damn
We're
it.
going to throw,
There we go.
And DeAnne Smith, you got a TV show. It's actually under your seat. Yeah.
I don't want it.
You know, you really don't want it.
No.
The travel is never too taxing on you?
It can be. It can be. But again, I enjoy it. I love seeing new places and checking out the vibe of different cities.
Wow. So where's your favorite place to perform other than Toronto just for Last 42?
Thanks for saying that for me. I was going to be like, well, Toronto, of course. But you know what? I do a lot of shows in Australia, and I really like it there.
They love you there. I was reading up on that too.
It's nice. I think it's good weather, and they have a lot of support for comedy there. It's a little different from Canada in that way, where if you were to just pluck a random Australian off the street and ask them to name like 5 working Australian comics, bam, 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 they could do it because they know them. Canada doesn't quite have that yet. I'm hoping that we're getting there.
In terms of understanding who our comics are?
Yeah, like showcases for them on TV or stuff like that. Not everybody knows. Like, there's great working comics in Canada. Mark Forward just had a show in JFL 42. I don't know if you spoke to him, but he's a killer Canadian comic right here in Toronto.
No, he's huge. I definitely know who Mark Ford is and the guys like Jason Rouse, and there's just a ton of them.
Yeah.
But it almost seems as if Canadians are always this way, and it's actually frustrating as a Canadian lackluster DJ, but I mean, where people only support you when they know you made it in the States. And now they're like, yeah, he's from Canada, but they didn't really help facilitate that. Some producer found someone, or they went out to LA by themselves to try and make it, and then they got discovered by an American audience, and now all of a sudden it's cool to say, yeah, we knew them when in Toronto. I think it is, or Canada. I think it's a bit frustrating at times.
Yeah, I'm trying to flip the whole thing upside down by being an American comic that just hangs out in Canada.
It's a smart maneuver.
Yeah.
I think you got it figured out.
Yeah, doing it from the inside.
And in terms of everything going on in the States, you get political on your shows with, obviously gay marriage. And do you deal with that kind of serious stuff?
Sometimes I do. I feel like the political landscape is changing so quickly. It can be very difficult to keep up with it. And with shows like, Daily Show and Colbert Report that do that so well every day, sometimes it's hard to stay with your finger on the pulse. Today I was thinking that doing comedy, doing jokes, just with everything that's going on in the world, it's like juggling fire when the world is burning. That's how I feel sometimes. It's like, hey, everybody, look at this little distraction. But meanwhile...
Is that because you're worried that people take jokes too seriously these days? And I find that with a lot of comedians, they're justifying their jokes now, where they never used to do that in the past.
I think maybe people on the internet or from the safety of their homes takes jokes too seriously. But when you're at a comedy club, it really does feel like anything goes. We're trading in taboos. We're trading in walking up to the line. And I find I've never had a problem in live audiences. I don't people are confronted with the joke right there in the moment that they're going to have a problem with it.
Typically at comedy shows, people know what they're getting into. I mean, if you blindfolded someone and say, hey, we're going out for a nice dinner tonight, and then you brought them to a comedy show with some filthy comics, then they might be chanting or tweeting that these people are terrible. But you're right. When you're in that environment that they know they're walking into, but does it help too that you're delicate and you're cute and you're so non-threatening? That's got to help a little bit to be a little darker in terms of the stuff you write and then say.
Yeah, I do try to trade on that a little bit. I'm like, hey, everybody, I'm everybody's favorite kid sister. What's going on? Bam. Yeah, that's what I like to do, for sure.
You get them good. You get them good.
Every time I go to get my hair cut, I'm like, just don't make it too dykey because I need to get away with saying stuff. And the audience is going to back off if my hair is spiky or too short. So keep it sweet.
You don't walk in with bulldogs to the theater before a show?
No.
No, okay. And I notice you play on your routine sometimes with Justin Bieber and stuff and the similarities of how he looks like you.
It used to be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you done
He's
with
his star seems to have fallen pretty quickly, though. I haven't referenced him in a couple of years.
Really?
I feel like it'd be a different thing to reference him now. His name is weighted with all this wacky controversy, right?
Fame got to him.
Right?
Well, he's so young too,
Too
right?
young, too soon.
Yeah, you can't blame the guy. How old are you? Do you mind saying?
Yeah, I do mind saying.
No, you don't.
Never
do.
ask a woman her age.
Oh, come
Ask
on.
her
So how much you weigh? Yeah.
I'm way older than you think I am. How
No
old
way.
do you think I am?
Well, if you say that, take off your glasses.
Take off your glasses.
Let's have a guessing.
Let's have your
game.
Curb Your Enthusiasm stare down. Can you play some Curb Your Enthusiasm stare down music?
And
You'll
I just
find it.
stare at you and I don't blink.
Yeah.
Take off your glasses.
I'm going to take off.
This is great radio,
Take
by
off
the
my
way.
Yeah, we're going to mime right
Just
after. Don't
stare at
worry.
each other.
We're going to mime in
right.
about 2 seconds. You are. I feel like I'm at the guy at the exhibition.
I think you're going to get it.
Yeah, I got it.
What do you think?
Yeah. Just I want to hear the music first. It's so good. Yeah, stare. Don't worry. You got it. No. Oh, that's okay. This will work. Doesn't
I
matter.
see in your eyes that you know. Because I think you're older than I thought you were, too.
I'm much older.
Yeah, you've been around.
Yeah, I have. Trust me. Don't remind my wife. Okay.
It's the wisdom that I'm seeing.
I'm not smart. Okay.
Yeah.
I fake it. I fake it better than I ever did. You're 37 years old.
That's a very good guess.
Yeah.
A little older than that.
Are you older than 37?
Yeah.
My goodness, I wish you weren't a lesbian.
Don't tell anybody.
I would hit on you more.
okay. I
You're
didn't know
very
what that
hot.
meant.
No, it meant you're so hot
You're
for
like,
your age.
I love women that are nearing their 40s.
No,
Her diet.
you're just you're
eats
very
clean.
beautiful and you're a very soft soul. Like you look so cute. So you're older than 37?
Yeah, but I'm 5 in my heart. I'm going to be 5 forever.
Isn't it the best to be like a kid?
It's pretty great, and doing what I do, I get to get away with it.
You get to be Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Get on stage.
Is that what you do? You can turn
Pretty
this down
much,
now. So how are you over 40?
No, I'm not over 40.
Okay,
Yeah.
41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 41.
See, I wouldn't have guessed that.
You wouldn't guess that?
Until you took off your glasses and we stared into each other's
I know.
eyes.
We
That
both
was
have
a good-
we got like these
saw each
lines
other,
and
yeah.
we're like, the inner tree, inner bark
I've
of
never
the tree.
done that on the radio before, and that was really lovely, you guys. I feel like we had a heart connection.
Really? While we did it, I spilled water all over my crotch, so it looks like I got very
I know
excited.
what you're doing. You're gesturing towards your pants like, well, if you liked that.
Jay is an aspiring comedian. He's my co-host
cool.
for over 6 months now. He does some stand-up and stuff. Jay, are there any questions you have for our very lovely guest, DeAnne Smith?
Yeah,
Oh, goodness.
I was wondering how you got so big in Australia. You have quite a following in Australia. How did that come about?
Well, once again, I just followed a girl to a country.
Did you really?
That's what I do.
That's the trick, eh?
I love those stories.
Get an Australian girlfriend, and then you have motivation to be there. What about that? They just have a great system there. They have a lot of festivals that you can just be a part of. It's not so much like Just for Laughs where you need to be invited. You just kind of register and you do things. And somehow I caught someone's attention and they put me on television. And then once they put you on television, then everybody thinks you're somebody, So
Wow.
that's that trick. I don't know.
And that's it, eh?
That's
amazing.
it. Just I guess the thing behind that would be to just like take chances and do things you don't think you're able to do. Because I didn't think I was going to pull off a 1-hour show over there, but I did.
I didn't think I was going to look for an Australian girlfriend either until we spoke.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. That's
You got to get on TV to really get her, though. Yeah.
That's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of TV, I know you had a great. Well, I hope I know this correctly. I screwed up a few things already today. But Craig Ferguson, you killed it on his show.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. Thanks.
Did that really? I mean, is that one of those few moments that back in the day, everyone made it on Johnny Carson stuff? Is that some of the stuff that helps put you in the limelight too? Do you hear people come up to you and say, "You were so good on Ferguson"?
Well, yeah, it's a nice credit. It's a nice credit, and it's a nice thing to have done. I was really nervous before that set, in part because that was like I knew my parents would be watching, my grandma would be watching, and in that set, I gave a little bit of a shout out to my parents. All my jokes were very family friendly and clean, and I told them like, okay, that was kind of my first major TV appearance in the U.S. I did that one for you guys, and then Last Comic Standing, it was all with the "tell it to my balls" catchphrase and ridiculousness, and I was like, I gave you guys at least that one, and now I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Do you ever go through moments of forget about your parents or your family or people though, where you are writing really, really kind of controversial stuff or kind of just bold and out there, where you go, maybe it's too much, but you do it anyway?
That's kind of always been the way. Like, if I had to categorize my comedy, a reviewer once said that I was nerdy but dirty, and I kind of had to agree. So there's every once in a while for a smart joke, there's some reference to my vagina or someone else's, and I can't stay away from that stuff. And it's fine in a room, and then every once in a while where I remember, like, oh my gosh, like my parents saw this, or my grandma saw this. I have a bit on YouTube about the time I went to the waxer, and my mom just saw it last weekend, and she learned how to Google, which is like the bane of my existence right now. Yeah.
Is there anything the Todd Shapiro Show listener might want to know about your vagina?
Okay, no. It's very different here than like somehow on stage is like a much freer place where there's no filter. The more people there are, the less filter there is.
Does your vagina have a name?
No. Okay. Now I regret even bringing this up. No, but I bet yours does. Yeah. It would.
Guess. Can you guess her name?
No.
Eight guys have 8 different names for it. Yeah.
Just one.
I just want to say Gigi.
Close. It's close enough for her. It's not far off.
Maybe she needs a second name.
It was just
Cynthia Gigi Sizon.
okay.
Cynthia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cynthia, I like it.
S-I-N.
Really?
In Cynthia. I don't know. I made that up. Is that, yeah.
Sure.
So no, you don't have a vagina name.
I'll let you guys name it right now if you want to.
I mean, see, now it's going to get terrible.
Look into my eyes. Let's take off our
Take off your pants.
You've too? Okay. Oh, wow. Well, DeAnne Smith, it's great. What are you looking forward to about Toronto and your shows, and where can they find you and see you? And
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have 5 more shows left. Tonight I'm at the Bad Dog Theater, which I've never performed at before. Excited about that. And then throughout the week, Garrison, Rivoli, back at the Bad Dog, I think. Look at jfl42.com. I haven't memorized it all.
Yes.
But,
sorry. You're gonna.
That's where you are.
Yeah, she's gonna be Bad Dog tonight.
Yeah.
Garrison tomorrow. Rivoli on the 24th. Bad Dog again on the 25th, and the Garrison as well on the 25th.
They have a great pad thie at the Rivoli too. Like, go a little bit early.
oh,
and get
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I will do that.
Get a little pad. Can you eat pad thai?
Yeah.
You can.
Rice noodles.
Rice. Okay, you can do it with
Yeah.
rice noodles, but you can't do the shrimp or the chicken in it.
Yeah, I guess I'd rather not.
Can you do the peanut sauce?
Yes.
Your diets are confusing. Is that
This
tough
has
on
been
dates?
a really interesting interview
Is that-
for me. I don't know if I came underprepared, but suddenly I'm like, oh my God, we're talking about like diarrhea, my vagina. How did this happen?
No, because I always come underprepared. It has nothing to do with you
all
being
right,
on. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's sort of the brain that I possess, unfortunately, is very wacky, and I choose not to talk to people in radio like it would be in traditional radio. I choose to talk to them like I would if I just bumped into them on a bus or
let's get
or a
straight
bar.
to it.
Yeah, just talk to people because that's what we possess.
Listen, I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I've enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, can you stick around for a little bit?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
you know-
I think I can. I have to go do a sound
5
check.
minutes. You got 5
gotta
minutes.
show
us
Check,
something.
check. Do you do
Yeah.
that when you do sound checks? Do you go check, check,
Check.
check?
Money order.
Money,
Check.
money.
No.
Test.
I like how your brain works.
Test tube babies. Money order. Bank draft. Okay. So, DeAnne Smith, though, who are some of your favorite comedians? Is that a more traditional radio question for you? Is that better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many that I love. Some is Wanda Sykes still even here? Because I would talk about her. She's here for
Oh, my goodness. I heard she was
42.
here. I think she started at the beginning. Sorry? She's on Friday.
Oh, great.
Oh,
People
my
can
God.
still check
Do
her
you want to
out.
go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right.
Will you take me? Can you get us in?
Probably. I don't know. I have a pass.
I got a
think.
pass, too. Maybe it will work.
Yeah, I love Wanda Sykes. I think she's incredible. I loved her special "I'ma Be Me," where she really just like laid it out there. Talked a lot about Obama. Talked about herself being gay and her family and how she has these 2 little white babies. It was great. She's really funny.
Are you a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, too?
Yeah, I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And because of my experience on Last Comic Standing, I got to meet Wanda Sykes. She was a producer of that show.
Oh, how was that experience? Does she have just as much energy when the camera's not on her?
Yeah, she does. She does. Yeah. And she taught me a little something because, like, I love doing comedy. I love being on stage. But just as a person in life, I'm a little more laid back. I'm not really like, hey, I need all the attention on me. Not the center of attention by any means. And so we had a quick chat, and she was saying to me, a lot of people, when they're getting feedback for the judges, they're cracking more jokes and they're giving it back to the judges. And that's like another opportunity for you to show the judges what you have, not just during your set. And I was like, Wanda, come on. When can we just be people? Do we have to be funny all the time? And she's like, yep.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And I mean, I like to be more introverted away from all this too. And you would think that sometimes that would be people like, oh, those are the ones who need the spotlight. They're the tryhards. But I guess it's entertainment. So as long as you're always compelling people, that's what's maybe the most important.
Yeah, I think she's really energetic, and I just find her hilarious. It's so great that people can still see her.
You know what we got to
Fridays.
do for her show? Well, let's just go streak in the middle of it. Yeah.
Just give her something to work with.
It's her advice. Yeah. We're just,
Just working with every moment.
I thought that made sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess not. Any other comedians you like?
Well, my absolute favorite comedian, she's not somebody that everybody knows, but she's getting more on people's radar, is Maria Bamford. I don't know if you guys have ever heard
Never
about
heard of
her.
her. Jay?
Definitely. Oh my gosh, check her out. She's doing incredible work. She talks a lot about her mental illness. She's really, really funny. Patton Oswalt says about her that she does. It's like she's an alien doing racist jokes about humans.
Nice.
Her writing is really tight. It's really wacky, but at the same time relatable.
Writing can be described as tight, huh?
I think so. Yeah,
cool.
it's
Yeah,
like
okay.
there's no rambling. Like her economy of phrase is very tight. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
What's her name again? Maria
Bamford.
Bamford. Maria
Yeah, look her
Bamford.
up right
Yeah,
now.
look her up. Maria Bamford. Okay, well,
Yeah,
that's like.
you guys are gonna love her because everybody loves her.
And are there any men comedian you like?
Yeah, tons. And you
Yeah.
know, the one name that just popped to mind is a guy in Toronto. We talked about Mark Forward already.
Yeah.
I love him. I also really love Mark Little. Have you guys run into him yet? He's great, right? He's stand-up, but also sketch, improv. He does everything. And he's based right here in Toronto at the moment. Mark Little.
So when you go on tours, do you work with the same amount of guys and women or whatever sometimes, or do you get to meet all new ones? Do you guys converse? What's it like? Is it very competitive? Do people steal your jokes? How does it work? Like,
Yeah.
the comedy circuit's strange.
The comedy circuit's kind of just like a big, wacky, dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
And there's more men than women in the game at this point. And for the most part, especially in Canada, I don't find it very competitive at all. So it's funny when you do these false shows that create drama and tension, you know, like Last Comic Standing or like Homegrown Competition for Just for Laughs. Because for the most part, comedians are just really supportive of each other. I think there's room for everyone's voice. Like, I feel like the best comedians are the comedians that are really being themselves and bringing their own perspective. You can't really take that from anybody. Yeah.
The uniqueness, the person who you actually are, as opposed to acting.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, that's what I like, and that's what I support in other people.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that what makes you special, DeAnne Smith?
I don't know. Okay. I did bring all my like awkwardness here to this interview, all of it.
There's no
everything.
awkwardness.
No?
What awkwardness?
I don't know.
The only awkwardness was me staring into your eyes.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I liked that part,
Didn't
actually.
like it? Wasn't that fun?
Yeah. I liked
You want to do it again?
I feel like you
Yeah.
guys fell in love a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
little
No, she does not love me.
Are we seriously doing
Yeah,
it again?
yeah.
I was
We're gonna
like,
stare in each
sure.
other's eyes.
All right.
We're gonna do it topless this time.
Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's gone into me. Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're not doing it.
Can I
No.
tell you what's gone into me? Can I be
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
this direct
yeah.
with you? And
Yes.
I apologize if this comes across in any bit of a masochistic way. I really do in advance. This is exactly what is going through my mind,
Okay,
and I
I'm
have
ready,
to be
I'm ready,
honest.
I'm ready.
I'm married and very happily married.
Okay.
I've been married for only like 7-8 months. She really is the woman of my dreams. Everyone in the room knows I talk about her all the time, and it's almost nauseating at this point. But we have so many beautiful women who come in the studio, but I can never joke or hit on them or kind of have fun with them or even say like, let's remove your clothing and stuff, because I have a wife and I have to be respectful for the fact that I have a wife at home. But me being completely candid, I feel like it's okay because you like women.
Okay.
And I feel like that gets me off the hook. Babe, she likes women. She would never like me.
I
can't.
also like the fact that you're like, I can't ask other women to take off their clothes because of my wife, but not maybe that it's like out of respect for the women that come in here.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no.
like,
Oh, geez, that
now
didn't
that
even
I
cross
have a
my
wife.
mind. Yeah,
And do you
that didn't even cross my mind. Yeah. But you don't know the type of caliber guests we have in here. Trust me, most
Yeah?
of them would be gladly take off.
Okay, all right, you're right. Maybe I don't.
We had
assure
a
you.
naked woman here a few days ago, sitting in that
sitting
seat,
in that
ironically.
seat.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Have you heard of nakednews.com?
No.
There's a website called nakednews.com where women they used to have men, they fired all the men. Women report the news, all the serious news too, not just the fun stuff, not
Yeah.
just the entertainment stuff, not just the gossip. And as they're doing it, they'll be talking about the terrible terrorist situations going on or the Middle East stuff going, and they'll start removing all their clothing to the point where they don't just take off their tops, they get completely naked.
What's the idea? Are people, I mean, okay, the idea is nakedness, of course. But like, do people remember the news more?
No.
Do they care about the news?
No,
They
the
wouldn't,
idea
right?
is boobs.
It could be anything.
I watched it the other day. It was literally ISIS has beheaded another journalist and then removed the bra right after that statement. And I'm like, what is happening here? I don't know whether to masturbate or donate money. I don't know.
Why can't you do both?
I can't do both at the same time. I've tried.
I have a
It
question.
sounds like a rap song, like masturbate and donate. Like I feel like it could work somehow.
Good.
It's like the one cause. There's the ice bucket challenge. Now we're like it's masturbating for. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's my stupid mind. But nakednews.com, is that something you think you'd ever watch?
Well, it is now. Yes, of course. I have to check it out. What is nakednews.com? Yeah.
Boobies.
Anna?
I was going to ask all the guys in the room, actually, does the thought cross your mind, like when you meet a lesbian, that you want to convert her? Because I know males are like conquerors, right? So is that like light an extra fire under your ass?
That's
like,
dark, man.
Dark.
You brought it to the dark.
I've never once thought that in my life.
Really?
No,
Interesting.
I don't think so. No. Jay?
I've had like one of my mentors in construction was a lesbian, and she converted me into different things, but never the other way around. Just showing me all kinds of new shit I didn't even think was possible. So that
Like what?
She used to come. Like she used to come to work and like, how was your weekend? I'm like, I got laid this weekend. She's like, I'm like, how was yours? She's like, I got laid this weekend too, and then show me all these bruises all over her body.
Whoa.
I'm like, I don't even know what you did. That's amazing. And then we would talk about it, and she explained it. It was quite nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Bruises?
She was a goer. And, she's definitely a goer.
I never heard that phrase before, but I like
You
it.
never heard of a goer?
No, she was a goer.
But bruises are, if it's consensual, they're hot on anybody.
Yeah.
I stand by that statement. Consensual.
It was all consensual.
Fun.
Yeah,
Hey,
she was married.
speaking of consensual, you guys.
Where can we
if
see
you
your
wanna know,
shows?
if you want to look up something online, I made a rap. It's a pretty decent rap.
Dude, you're rapping?
Well, it's called.
You sing in your shows.
It's called Consensual is the F word.
Okay, say
And,
it. Don't say the F word.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's called Consensual as Fuck.
That's better.
And it is, I was listening to rap one day and enjoying it, but I realized I've never heard any explicitly sexual and explicitly feminist rap. So it's littered with feminist references, and it's all about consent, and I think it's hilarious.
DeAnne Smith.
Can't play it on the radio.
No, we can.
You can?
Why not? As long as we don't have to pay you the rights for it. We have no money.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I would love to hear it. And I just wanted to thank you so much for actually doing the job that we're supposed to be doing and not talking amongst ourselves and asking you some of the projects you have going on. So honestly, thank you for bringing it back to where it should be. This is DeAnne Smith's Consensual as Fuck.
The ladies need this.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yep. Are you ready for this?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for this?
No, but seriously, are you ready? Because if you're not ready, I mean, like, for whatever reason, we really don't have to do anything. I mean, this is about you.
Because this consensual is fuck.
Personal's political. I bring it to you critical. You know I think critical. Put anal and analytical.
Put
Now let's
anal and
get
analytical?
explicit. I need consent from your mouth. Tell me the surgeon the truth. I free your dirty south. I kill that bikini.
Make a quiet girl riot.
Munch that honey pie like you 100-mile diet. Pro-choice mother lover, you goddamn right. Filibust your cunt and run my tongue all night. I go Texas on your sexist, cause I ain't afraid to mess with it. Your pussy's got an intellect and I wanna play chess with it. They limbo delirious. I dig mad clam, respecting women but serious. Yes means yes. Consent is sexy. Skinny, tall, fat, fatter. I love all your sizes. Like Polar and Faye, I can improvise this. I go glorious Steinem on your glorious hymen. You're gonna glorify the time I left your little Ms. smiling. I do it in ways ain't been invented yet.
Double auto reverse.
Like an 80s cassette. Feminist you, like I'm Jesse Valenti. You so full, forget the meaning of empty. Call my fist Hill Clinton when we's in session. Like the Secretary of State, it leave a big impression. Oh, you want something less?
Yeah.
I can do that too. I use my
Okay.
ears and intuition to respond to your cues, girl. You know I want it, you know I need it. Cause I indicate it and very clearly stated. Do what you wanna do, do what you wanna do, do what you wanna do. Ooh. Do what you wanna do.
I'm horny.
What you wanna do. Yeah.
That is burlesquer Miss Sugarpuss from Montreal.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
fun. I love that.
It's
You
pretty,
I hit
it's pretty
the Apple
dense. It's
song.
pretty
Yeah.
dense with feminist references. Yeah. Hey, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Do you have to deal with that? I know you got to run soon, and thank you for bringing DeAnne Smith in. I really appreciate it. You got a few minutes, but is there ever a negative stereotype because of your look and because you talk about being a lesbian, or does that only help you?
Oh gosh, I don't know what you mean.
No, like, and because you talk about being feminist, feminism, and all these, right? What I mean is this: this world is so political these days,
Yeah.
and it's so annoying. And there's sometimes only certain audience that cater to who you represent, as opposed to just everyone accepting all of us for who we all are. We're all diverse, and we should all be diverse. But sometimes I think stereotypes can have a reverse effect where only a certain audience will support you where others won't.
Yeah, well, I haven't yet.
Was that better?
I haven't yet catered to a gay or lesbian crowd, which is a thing that I could have done and a thing that like maybe would have made me more money along the way. But
that's sort of what I meant.
Yeah, what I was more interested in always was kind of speaking to everybody and kind of being secretly feminist in my comedy. I'm not overt about it, but if you're there for an hour, you'll pick up on some stuff. One of my favorite jokes right now that I'm doing in my show is talking about the battle between being a lesbian and a feminist, and I see these ads with like half naked women, and the feminist side of me is like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, and the lesbian side of me is like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, and it's a battle, and I feel like men can relate to that, so we talk about that for a while. Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun, and you wrote "bust that cunt."
I don't know. I don't think that's.
That's what I heard.
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure I heard "dig that clam."
I think I said I get mad clam respecting women for serious.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I love it. Is it?
Nerdy but dirty, like I said.
It's great. No, you're great. And, I think you're a little more reserved even in this interview. I think people should go and definitely check you out at all those, Jay?
We have tonight at the Garrison, tomorrow the 20th. Oh, no, today at the Bad Dog Comedy Theater. Tomorrow the Garrison. Rivoli as well tomorrow at 11. Bad Dog Comedy at the 25th at 7 p.m. and back to the Garrison on September 25th at 9 p.m.
Let me say this as well. I know I'm reserved. I'm reserved in real life, but I did end my show by crowd surfing to the bar last night. That's
what's up.
You probably want to come see the show. Come see the show.
That is awesome. Well, you're really awesome. Listen, I am so happy you're here, and I like the fact that whether you are sort of reserved, you're very candid, you're very honest, and you're very who you are, and you don't try to be anything you're not, and that's the most important thing, because that is inspirational to people, and then when you go on the stage, you bring it. So go check her out, DeAnne Smith. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. What are you on Twitter, quickly, just before you go?
Yeah, just my name, DeAnne. Well, maybe DeAnne_Smith.
DeAnne Smith, yeah.
You'll find me.
Cool. And enjoy our healthcare.
Yeah, thanks. I love
Hopefully you won't need it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Hopefully you won't need it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you dating?
Yet.
Do you have a new girlfriend?
I do.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, I want the boys to react to this, because you always do. She's a dancer.
Oh,
whoa!
Nice.
That's what everybody always says. I
Really?
love that part.
Wait,
yeah.
what kind of dancer?
Contemporary.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking
it's weird.
exotic.
I'm sorry. She's a private dancer.
She's a private dancer? Oh, my God.
In the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, privates. The privates. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
That's a perfect note for me to run out of here.
Don't run out of here. We enjoyed. Will you come back next time you're in Toronto?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you promise?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you have fun?
I had fun, of course.
Are you sure you were overwhelmed at the beginning? You're not overwhelmed when you leave?
No, I'm still a little bit.
Or
like, who are these dudes that have just been hanging out the whole time
So
in
they
the
play
corner?
music. Are
Okay.
you? I thought you were going to answer. I'm actually underwhelmed. They are my live house band.
Oh, that's
Radio's
cool.
first ever live house band. We wanted to do much like all the late night talk shows had. It's just where you have, we wanted to be like a drop-in center here, actually.
Yeah.
Where it's just everyone hanging out, playing music. Our friends sometimes pop in, even though we don't expect them to pop in. And we're like I said, I try and do it as unconventional as radio's supposed to be, because that's what I think makes it alluring.
I think I understand what's going on now.
Yeah.
And I do like it. And I'm glad I have some context for these bearded gentlemen.
Do you want to sing at all with them? Do you have any songs you want to sing?
No, I can't.
Do you know any Bruce Springsteen? It's his birthday today.
I couldn't, and I actually do really have to run because I have a sound check in half an hour.
Okay, all right.
But maybe we can pop on the show when we're in the car and I can hear you guys.
Yeah, if you have SiriusXM and it's channel 168.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Go have fun doing all your checks and money orders.
Yeah, thanks. I hope to see you guys around sometime this week.
I'm going to come see you probably Friday.
Okay, that'll be awesome.
Okay.
All right,
Bye,
see you
DeAnne
guys.
Smith,
Bye.
everyone. Go check her out at DeAnne Smith on Twitter as well.